Many wonder how the 12 apostles died. But the New Testament tells of the fate of only 2 of the apostles, Judas, who betrayed Jesus and then went out and hanged himself, and James, the son of Zebedee, who was executed by Herod about 44 AD, Acts 12 verse 2. Read how each of the apostles spread out to minister and evangelize, and how many of the apostles died for their faith. How did the apostles die? Reports and legends abound, and they are not always reliable, but it is safe to say that the apostles went far and wide as heralds of the message of the risen Christ. An early legend says they cast lots and divided up the world to determine who would go where, so all could hear about Jesus. They suffered greatly for their faith and, in most cases, met violent deaths because of their bold witness and faith in Christ. Peter and Paul. Both were martyred in Rome about 66 AD, during the persecution under Emperor Nero. Paul was beheaded. Peter was crucified upside down at his request, since he did not feel worthy to die in the same manner as his Lord. Andrew. He went to the land of the man-eaters in what is now the Soviet Union. Christians there claim him as the first to bring the gospel to their land. He also preached in Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey, and Greece, where he is said to have been crucified. Thomas. He was probably most active in the area east of Syria. Tradition has him preaching as far east as India, where the ancient Marthoma Christians revere him as their founder. They claim that he died there when pierced through with the spears of 4 soldiers. Philip. He possibly had a powerful ministry in Carthage in North Africa and Asia Minor, where he converted the wife of a Roman proconsul. In retaliation, the proconsul had Philip arrested and cruelly put to death. Matthew. He was the tax collector and writer of a gospel ministered in Persia and Ethiopia. Some of the oldest reports say he was not martyred, while others say he was stabbed to death in Ethiopia. Bartholomew. He had widespread missionary travels attributed to him by tradition, to India with Thomas and back to Armenia, Ethiopia, and southern Arabia. There are various accounts of how he met his death as a martyr for the gospel. James. He was the son of Alphaeus and is one of at least 3 James referred to in the New Testament. There is some confusion as to which is which, but this James is reckoned to have ministered in Syria. The Jewish historian Josephus reported that he was stoned and then clubbed to death. Simon, the Zealot. As the story goes, he ministered in Persia and was killed after refusing to sacrifice to the sun god. Matthias. He was the apostle chosen to replace Judas. Tradition sends him to Syria with Andrew and to death by burning. John. The only one of the apostles generally thought to have died a natural death from old age. He was the church leader in the Ephesus area and is said to have taken care of Mary, the mother of Jesus, in his home. During Domitian's persecution in the middle 90s, he was exiled to the island of Patmos. There he is credited with writing the last book of the New Testament, the Revelation. An early Latin tradition has him escaping unhurt after being cast into boiling oil in Rome. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.